Hey traders, Parker here with another indicator. Today I've been introduced you to the risk on, risk off indicator. What I've done was taken a buy sell pressure percentages within these stocks for the daily time period. I've added them together and averaged them out, and that's what you're seeing for your risk on. And then I took an average of those as well for a 21-day period, or you can change that as well. But if it's below 50, you'll get a risk off, and this will be red. And if it's like it's above 50, you get a risk on. Some of the other key features about the indicator is this right here. You can see the Apple is has an engulfing day, or it's an engulfing bar, and you can see Tesla is an inside day. So if I were to switch to those stocks, we can see that this is an engulfing candle because the high is greater than the previous high and the low is less than the previous low. So that gave you an engulfing, bullish engulfing candle. And we go to Tesla, and we can see the exact opposite. This candle, this high and this low is inside, lower than the previous high and low, which gives you an inside day. If it's nothing, if it's not an inside day or engulfing candle, you won't get anything behind it. But that's just to notify you of what kind of day it is. This is the key for the actual indicator. You can see if you got bright green, close is greater than the previous high. If you got bright red, the close is less than the previous low, which is just showing you that the stock is could be considered bullish or bearish. The VIX is the exact opposite. If the VIX is below its previous close, this would be bright green like it is, and if it's above its previous high, it'd be bright red, just to alert you, hey, there's something is off. And if I was to go to the VIX, you can see the closing price is below its previous low, exactly what I just explained. And you can see for the next one, closes inside the previous high and low. And that's what you don't have any of those. So, but close is inside the previous high and low, and the buy sell pressure is greater than 75%. So you get that light green. Close is inside the previous high and low, and buy sell pressure is below 75 but greater than 50%. That's what the dark green. If it's below 50% but greater than 25, you get this salmon or pink color, and if it's below 25%, you get dark red. And you can see where I put in the inside day and then engulfing day. But for the most part, that's what this indicator does. That's the key for it. And you can see where it actually helped turn around different things or show you different things are happening with these stocks right here on average. The arrows that you see in here are for the VIX. If the VIX is making a new high, you'll get these red arrows, and you see it's just an advanced indicator of what's going on within the VIX. And if the VIX is making a new high on its 21-day average, then you'll see that you get these red arrows, and you see the volatility increase. And a lot of times people play the SPY and the VIX in opposing. So the VIX is going up, a lot of times the SPY is going down. You can see when the VIX is going down, you'll get these green arrows. But it's not an indication whether to buy or sell anything. It's just kind of giving you a sentiment of what's going on. You can almost look at this as the breadth or sentiment. So some of the other key features of the indicator is you can come in here, you can change these. If you don't agree with the stocks that I've chosen, come here and change them. Make them whatever you want to change them to. You can not show the labels or show the labels. You can change the different time frames. I'm doing the video late, so I wasn't able to capture any live action, but I was able to record it, but I wasn't able to actually do the video while the market was open. So I'm going to bring up the video that I was able to do, and I'm going to let it play. There's no audio, but it show you some details of when the market's actually open and how the indicator actually works. You can see why I'm pointing out the gap, and then pointing out how the risk on and risk off is actually moving back and forth, and or going up and down. You can see it right there, and you can see the average also shifting, and you can see the VIX just turned dark green. And I'm moving it now to a lower time period. It actually does work on a lower time period, but sometimes you have to wait a few minutes for it to actually show up because it's pulling data from different stocks. It might not work as soon as the market opens up, but if you give it a few minutes, it'll start coming up. Right now, I'm set it on the hour, and I'm just looking at, and this is showing you the hourly basis for the buy sell pressure within these candles. And this is just showing you that you cut the levels off, but you're gonna keep the. That should have showed the VIX, but that's fine. And this is just me just showing you how everything worked out on this hourly basis. And should be switching into a 5 minute in a moment. But it works out pretty good on a 5 minute as well. This is the end of the day, and I believe it was power hour. Yeah. So the stock was in power hour, and you can see the S&P 500 going back up to that gap, and that's what that pink dash lines right there represents, a gap. And that's just me just letting it play for a minute. But I'm gonna fast forward it to where I switch it to a 5 minute. And you can actually see how everything looked on a 5 minute as well. And it's showing you the buy sell pressure, risk on, risk off within on a 5 minute for each one of these stocks right here. What a combined average of the buy sell pressure with it gives you the risk on, risk off, and then you take an average of that of 12 bars, and it's showing you it's greater than 50%. So while this can be less than 50% and this can be over 50, the actually average of it can be over 50, which still gives you some sense of bullish sentiment, even though this might be below 50. And you can see where I actually programmed a price channel or a channel indicator in this as well. So this the dash lines represents the high and low of the actual channel, and then you have this white line right here that represents the midpoint of the channel, and then you actually have the 0 point or below 50% right here with this yellow. And you can really see how the risk on risk off indicator right there is surging up as well. Even though the S&P 500 isn't in there, you can see how these stocks are turning bright green or dark red. Dark green. Some of them are, but for the most part, these stocks are breaking above their previous day's highs. Tesla isn't, but you can see how these other ones are. Well, Tesla did. For a moment, it did. And this is on a lower time period, so that's why I got a little confused. This is representing 5 minutes, so that bar was above its previous high. The close was above its previous high. And I'm just going through the different symbols that are down here in the actual indicator. And you can see right here where the stock isn't really, where the indicator isn't really showing up right here. That's what I mean by you. Sometimes you have to give it a few minutes for it to actually kick in. And maybe if you switch it lower than 12 on average, it may kick in high before the beforehand. But for the most part, I keep it on 12 to show me the hour, and well, it's giving you some good indication. You can see where it fell below the 50%, and then it hooked up and then started pushing above. And you can see the stock from the video also did the same thing. So let's go forward. And I'm just really just glancing over everything. This is Amazon. Amazon was just breaking out. Amazon has been one of the only tech stocks that hadn't had a major pullback. So the S&P 500, and you can see how everything's just running, and it's giving you the different. I think I put it back on the hour, and I'm just trying to push through. And you can see where you can change all the different time frames. And this is it at the end. This is the end of the video. I just let it play out for a few moments just to see the bicep pressure and see the actual indicator changing. When the day first started out, a lot of this stuff was red, dark red or just red. Netflix, you can see that it really didn't recover. It crossed below its previous day low, and that's why it's red. You can see Tesla's inside day still. And I just let it play for a few minutes. I let it play for a few minutes by the end of the video, but for the most part, you can see how everything worked out. And for the day, you can see why I had these bicep pressure candle overlay over this as well. But if you don't know what I mean by bicep pressure, I mean where's the close within the range of the high and low. And if that close is greater than 50%, this black mark on this candle right here represents 50%. And that's where I'm getting this bicep pressure from. Where's the close within the range of the high and low? And if it's greater than 50%, then I look at it as bullish buying pressure. And if it's below 50%, that's bearish selling pressure. At least that's how I look at things. But this is all based off the formation of the candle. So there's no true, I'm not putting volume in this at all. So this is just based off the formation of the candle and the candle body with regards to its wicks and its closing price. So that's basically the indicator. And like I said before, you can come in here, you can change any of the ones. If you don't like the one I chose, you can put in here the SPY. So, well, let's do this. Let's put in the futures. You can take out Google, or let's take out and put the NASDAQ. And whichever one, I think it's DIA. DIA was a DIJ. Let's try the DJX, Dow Just Jones average. So I changed all those symbols, and you'll see these labels change as well. Now you have the ES is the futures, S&P 500 futures. DJX is Dow Jones Industrial Average, and where's the other one? Or did it not change? It must not have changed. Give me one moment. Let's see again. There we go. The Dow. I mean the NASDAQ 100. And you can see how this whole entire profile of the indicator has changed. But this is the indicator. It's a real time indicator, so it's not. It's an average, so it is a lagging indicator. But this risk on, risk off is not lagging. It's taking the actual buy sell pressure, or the difference between the high, low, and the close, where the close is within the range of the high and low, and it's giving you the true percentage. So this is real time. The average is it is delayed, but it's a real time indicator. And for me, it helps foreshadow what may or may happen during the day, or what if the stock market is bullish. And should I be risk on? Should I be risk off? Should I be playing QQQ, or should I be playing SQQQ? Based off of tech stock, well, you seen it's full of tech stocks. If the tech stocks are down, or if I wanted to look at the major indices, I'll just load up 8 of the major indices right there, and it'll take an average of those and spit it out. So this is the indicator. You have any questions or anything, leave a comment in the comment section. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to what I had to say. I wish you the best. Stay safe, and God bless.